KOS fans, it's me Pete, and I'm here with another deck video. This is one of our Patreon requested deck videos, so if you are interested in seeing particular battle reports, you want things your way, do check out Patreon. You will get to be able to pick battle reports that you want to see. So this week I'm Grymwatch and I'm up against the Eyes. Now obviously we don't try and build our decks based on a particular opponent, we try to make them as competitive as possible against any possible oncomer, so tournament style sort of deck. And we use all of the current bar rules in place, and we do have all of the cards available to us. So I'm the Grymwatch. What have I picked? Well, I'm going for quite an offensive deck here, but these days you can't go offensive completely. You've still got to go for some objective cards, which frankly I love. So let's dive into what I've got. First off, we'll start with my objectives. I've got Calculated Risk. This is one of my 3 restricted cards, and I think it's well worth it. 1 wound, get 1 instant glory. I then got Keep Chopping because, like I say, this is an offensive deck. I do plan on getting up in Robin's face. As long as I don't get that round 1, I'm okay. I'll be happy with things on that one. Opening Gambit next because I've got 6 Surge cards, so scoring Opening Gambit should be relatively easy to achieve. And then Choke Point. I've got a lot of movementy style cards in here, especially a lot of Gambits to move me around, and an upgrade, so hopefully that should be easy enough to score whilst I'm stabbing Robin in the face. I then have Bravely Done, another Surge card. Score immediately when a friendly fire with 1 or more supporting fires takes an enemy fighter out of action. Well, I am hoping that I should be able to get at least 1 person in to support me on some attacks with the cards I've got, so that should be scoreable. Then Charnel House. Score immediately for the 3rd end phase if all surviving friendly fighters are in enemy territory, or there are no enemy fighters in my territory. Well, I'm not sure I can do the second one, but with the number of movement ploys I've got here, I'm pretty confident I can get that first requirement. And then having the Name of the King. Score immediately after an activation if your warband holds 3 or more objectives. Well, I've got that, and I've got Supremacy, so I'm hoping I can get both in the same round, and like I said, I've got a lot of movement cards, so doing that one should be fairly easy for me. And then have Shifting Madness. Scores immediately after activation if my warband holds the objective of the current round, so objective 1 round 1 or whatever. I reckon that should be pretty easy to do. Then have Path to Victory. I scored this one if 1 or more enemy fighters were taken out in the previous round. Well, I am going to be going offensive, so I should be able to do that part, and I hold 2 or more objectives. Well, there's loads of me, so hopefully I should be able to do that too. I then also have Scrum. Score immediately, it's another Surge. If I have 4 people in a group, well, that can include Robin's fights as well. I've got a lot of movement cards, I might mention that, so I should be able to score that one. And then have Supremacy. Well, I'm going for the Name of the King, so I might as well try and get Supremacy as well. And then I have Swift Capture, which I get if my warband holds 1 or more objectives in friendly territory and 1 or more objectives in my territory. So those are my objectives. 19 glory in total, which is a healthy amount, I think. 6 Surge cards, 1 restricted there. I'm pretty happy with that. 1 3rd end phase card as well, which I'm super excited to try because it's one of the new sort of dual aspect ones. So onto my Gambits. These are what I'm going to use to score that glorious glory. And I've got Centre of Attention, first one to help me move, so hopefully I can use that one to help me score Bravely Done to gang up on one of Robin's guys. Irresistible Prize next. This is mostly for going objectives, but also to hopefully pull people together, hopefully over in Robin's half. I'm going to hopefully put an objective near the middle of the board to help pull my people forwards. And then have Pit Trap. This is going to help me to do that extra damage. It's one of my restricted cards. It's going to be helping me to do extra damage as I push people back. Then Combat Drill. After a friendly fighter's move action, as part of a charge, I can choose another friendly fire and push them up as well, but they must end up adjacent to the fire making the charge. Well, that'll help me with a lot of my objectives again and get more of my people up the field. Pack Advance next. Choose 1 or more friendly crit ghouls and push them up to 2 hexes. Well, that one, really hoping to use that to shove all my bodies forward up into the field. I'm probably going to put most of the objectives into Robin's half, and then I'm just going to be charging after them and after him. I then got Recycled Riches. That'll help me hopefully pick up 1 of these 2 cards again and use it again. I'm really hoping for Pack Advance because that would really help me scream across the field. I then got Confusion. It's a pretty standard card. If Robin's standing on an objective and I want it, I can use that, or possibly I can use it to pull him into a crowd of the ghouls and really start to outnumber him. Frenzied Search next. I'll be standing on an objective fairly soon into the game. If I am doing that and I have this card, I can discard 1 power card and draw up to 3 power cards. So that's a very handy little way to rotate through your deck. I do have a 22 card deck, and that's why, because I've got Frenzied Search in here. The only problem I'll have is trying to work out which card I'm happy to get rid of. And my last card is Snare. Play this during a friendly hunter's attack action that drives the enemy back. They take 1 damage. So it's a bit like Pit Trap, but it's restricted to just the hunters. So that's 2 pushback do 1 damage cards there. Lots of movementy cards as well. I'm hoping they'll help me get up into Robin's face and really start to cause him some, nightmares basically. So those are my gambits to help me score that glorious glory. And what am I going to spend it on? Well, these are my upgrades. There's a lot of weapon upgrades in here because my thought is that my guys suck. They suck hard and they suck in many ways. And they suck so much it doesn't matter who I attack with. That's the plus here with these guys. So I'm just going to throw anybody forward I can, and I'm going to try and get any weapon upgrades on them I can. And this will help me to kill his guys and score some of my other objectives. So the first card I have is Mutating Maul. Lovely card, 2 hammer, 2 damage, cleave or knockback as required. So the knockback could be handy if there's lethal hexes, pushing back towards my guys, or the cleave might come in handy if I'm attacking somebody who's got shields. I then have Potion of Rage, pretty much a given, 2 extra dice, always a nice card to have. And Sudden Growth. This one's almost definitely going on Crackmarrow. I don't see me moving Crackmarrow forwards very much. I'm probably going to keep him in the mid to back field for the most of the game. I want to keep him alive. Aura of Command next. 1 for Crackmarrow. It gives him an action where you can choose 2 other friendly fighters, and each of those fighters, as long as they don't have a move or charge token, can make a move action. Well, this helps you again really sprint your guys up the field and really get across the field fast and just try and gang up and overpower people in numbers. And then I have Heroic Vision, +1 dice to the fighter's attack actions with range 1 or 2. Well, there's going to be a lot of range 1 and 2 attacks. I don't have any range 3 attacks at all in here, so an extra dice will be useful. And then Impervious Delusion. The fighter can only take at most 2 damage, even if it was going to be 4 or 5 damage. I'm probably going to put that on Crackmarrow just to keep him alive a little bit longer. And then have Seized Weapon. Do like this card. The minute you put it on somebody who's adjacent, who's an enemy, takes 1 damage. There's also 3 swords and 2 damage, which isn't that bad at all, especially with some of the upgrades got. Well Motivated is next, +1 damage for a fighter's range 1 or 2 attack action. That goes very nicely with Seized Motivation and makes it a 3 sword, 3 damage attack. And if I can get Heroic Vision on there at all, 4 swords, 3 damage, not bad. I then have the Amberbone Axe. I do like this one because it's got a 2 hammer, 2 damage attack. You do have to discard it after you've used it, but if you do manage to do that, you discard the card and you gain 1 extra glory. So 2 glory, not bad at all. And then have Great Strength, chuck on one of these guys with one of these weapons, and Larval Lance last. Whilst its damage can't be modified, in the 3rd round it will be doing 3 hammers and 3 damage. That is pretty nice indeed. I ummed and ahed over this deck for a long time. I couldn't work out which cards I wanted to keep and chuck out. I made multiple passes through this and it really was painful near the end to decide what to make as the last cuts. Other upgrades I could have taken would be other attack action, more other weapons, but I would struggle to work out what I want to get rid of. Possibly I'd get rid of Impervious Delusion and take Spectral Armour to make, Crackmarrow a bit more survivable, but I don't really want to get him into the mix too much because I'm hoping I'll be able to use his Aura of Command and obviously his ability to bring people back as well. That will really help me keep the pressure on. So let me know what you guys think of this deck. I quite like it. It's a bit experimental. I've taken a lot of cards that I haven't taken before. That might work against me, or it might really work in my favour. I've got some classics in there as well, like Confusion and Pit Trap. So overall, I think this is a nice, offensive, fast deck. It's going to get me a lot of people shoved across the board really quick, scoring some easy glory to grab some of those weapon upgrades to really make my guys very dangerous and start pinging off people left, right and centre. The theory here being is I outnumber his guys a lot, so if I spend the first round or 2 just shoving bodies across the board, it's not going to matter if he kills 1 or 2 of them, because I'm still going to have another 3 or 4 just surrounding him by the end, and then I'll have plenty of weapon upgrades to just hack them all apart. That's the theory anyway. I guess we'll see if that plays out when we get into the Beastgrave. Do let me know in the comments below if there are any cards in here you hate, any you love, any you loathe, any you never leave your home without. Always like hearing about other people's suggestions, so do put them in the comments below. I'll see you soon in the Beastgrave.